This country has collapsed. The day Europe doesn't want our oil, sorry, excuse me, what are we going to do? Me, I'm saying what my father has said for all his life. I'm saying what I've said for over 30 years of my career as well. And I hope this time we all listen to ourselves. Again, we are all to be blamed at one point or so. So we just need to come and say, look, we are not fighting anybody. And we are not fighting the police. We want the police to be, we want to love the police. Look, our soldiers are dying in the northeast. These are young boys that are risking their lives. They are badly armed. I mean, we hear the stories that come out of Maiduguri. I've been there myself. I've seen that. Many of you are probably not going to see the suffering in that area. You see a malnourished mother feeding a malnourished child. With all the, I mean, it cost, they told me at that time, it cost 2.5 million to do a borehole for 50,000 people. You want to tell me no Nigerian has 2.5 million to do borehole there? For people to drink just water. And we know the amount of money being stolen from the resources of this country. We know, we read it. And how many of us, how many children are we going to lose before we now say enough is enough? One life, one innocent life is too many. And then the president takes so long to defend. The president of this country should be in the forefront of this advocacy. He should be, he should not have even traveled to where he went. Because when you lose one citizen, you have lost a nation. That man could have been probably the guy who will cure cancer, or who will do the first African plane that will not crash. We don't know what his future held for him. All the politicians should be in the forefront. What is happening in Zamfara? Where are they? What's taking them so long to quash Boko Haram? For me, I don't see this as I use my profession. You call me to perform. I cannot give you a bad concert. That's the end of my career. And these people stay in office taking this huge salary, and they just, I mean, we all watch them on TV. They are clowns. To even come and just, it's a topic so important to the nation. Look how long it's taking them to deal with. Because their children are not in this country. Because they too don't need the health care of this country. If they were all forced, that all their children were forced to go to government schools, I mean the government schools that the poor people go to, you will see that the federal government schools will be the best schools in this country. If it was in the constitution that every politician or anybody serving public office must go to that general hospital or any general hospital for treatment, you will see how fast they will do the hospitals. And that is what we must demand, that when you are serving the people of this country, it must be in the constitution that you and your family must use all the facilities of this country. You are transport minister, you said climb Okada. Know how it is. See how we risk our life to climb Okada. Or you will give us good transportation service. When you see the way our teachers are being treated, you see how the medical sector of the country is. The president doesn't trust his life in the hands of any hospital in this country. That speaks volumes. And I keep saying, the president or the prime minister of any country in Europe or America cannot be seen. Donald Trump cannot be seen to go to England for the best treatment. That is the end of his presidency. The Queen of England cannot go to America for health care. My friend, President Macron cannot go to London for treatment. It's unheard of. This should be this government's first agenda, to even do up one general hospital to international standard. And it should be a law by now that every government official cannot go for treatment or their family out of this country, no matter what is wrong with you, because we are forced to use those facilities. As like, if we don't have good education for our children, that is the downfall of this country. So there must be affordable education. If the police are not treated properly, of course they will behave like tyrants on the streets. So we need people that truly love this country. We need a government that is ready to die for its people. It's not against the police. We are saying the complete orientation of the police must change. into positiveness of the police works for us. The police must defend its citizens. The police cannot go and kill its citizens. We pay our taxes, so the police must defend us. We are not saying scrap the police force. Of course there will be crime, and police must, if police is properly equipped, then police can protect us against crime. People can't send their children and give their children a good education. And the police we are talking about, see, some of them are on the streets with slippers. The police are badly paid. How can somebody you are paying badly, how can he take care of you? So if we don't quickly change everything in this country to move righteously forward, positively for the development and future of our children, all of us are going to be in trouble. And we know it. Everybody knows this.